Hey guys, how you going? It's Taylor here. Welcome back to the channel. In the video today, we're going to be going over the recently released John Mayer X from Neural DSP. Neural DSP spent a lot of time accurately capturing John Mayer's rig. It comes with 3 different amps and 3 different cabinet options, as well as an array of pedals. And in today's video, I thought I would run through some more unique sounds, maybe not as much John Mayer-esque sound, something more unique to what I do, a little bit more on the heavier side, or yeah, indie rock kind of vibes. I will probably plug in and have a bit of a play around, and then also run through just a quick little demo that I've created. Yeah, just to show off a few unique sounds of this plugin and maybe pushing it a little bit harder in a different direction than people would probably expect. I recently did a Neural DSP tier list where I highly rated this plugin. I really like it, so I'm really excited to show you some of the sounds I got today, and also just I'll plug in and we'll tweak around and see what we can come up with, try and create some crazy sounds, something a little bit different. Okay guys, so now I'm plugged in with my Les Paul. We're gonna go straight into the standalone version of Archetype John Mayer X. I'm just gonna have a bit of play around, maybe create a preset or two. Yeah, I've initially got this sound going. So yeah, it's just a preset I've created called Main Heavy, where I'm just stacking a bunch of overdrives into the Fender amp. Yeah, these overdrives are great. I really like the way they complement the amps, and you don't have to push the amps too hard because you can get an awesome amount of gain that's really musical out of the pedals. So let's have a bit of a listen. No pedals. Yeah, I really love this Fender amp. Yeah, I love the doubler function. Mainly love it when I'm just jamming around, kind of put you more in the room with the amp. It's pretty cool, left and right instead of just sitting down mono. We'll keep it in mono version now, and let's turn the brightness up. So yeah, I'm using this third amplifier here, a 57 and a ribbon. 57 sounds like this. I've got the room on this one cranked up. I think the most underutilized things in the realm of guitar sounds is room IRs. I think they're great, and I'm blending in a lot of this one. Like, that's a sound in itself. Like, you could just have this alone. Turn the reverb off and the delay off. So we'll have a bit of play around with this delay. I will turn back the room a bit. Oh yeah, also what I'll quickly show you is how the ribbon sounds on its own. Super cool. Okay, so now we have the delay just playing around. Yeah, it's a great delay. It's very, very musical. We all know how delay works. It sounds great. Let's go play around with the studio reverb. It's awesome sounding. Obviously I've got it at a bit of an extreme setting, but it's pretty cool. So we'll just flick around some of the amps. I'll just keep it on the cabinet I've got so you can keep a bit of it even context. Pretty dramatic effect on the EQ there. Now I've got this one set up quite ratty, so let's dial it back a bit. Fat boost in front, nice. I can hear it now. Let's try the delay pedal in front of the amp. Let's have a crack. Loving this. Let's get a bit of brightness. Just sounds like it wants to take off. It's awesome. Let's go back to the one. No, I like the warmth of this delay in front. It's awesome. Play around with the tremolo. Awesome sounding tremolo. Spring reverb, we all know what it does. It's awesome. So yeah, it's such an amazing sounding plugin. You can see why I rated it so highly on my tier list. Still learning things about it too, which is cool. Yeah, there's so much in here. Last thing we'll do is we will just flick through some presets, and yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna touch on everything here. It's just a quick playthrough, and then we're gonna get into the little song portion that I've done, just a quick demo, but yeah, let's just have a flick through. I'm not gonna do it. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that there is, which I'm sure all of you are aware, it's the ability to play all the amplifiers and cabinets at once. I haven't found my greatest success in finding tones doing it this way, so I haven't really highlighted it much in this video, but I'll try and figure out how to get good tones out of this. Come back to it at a later point. Pretty cool. Let's flick a few more John Mayer presets. Ultra clean. Pretty cool. Let's try something different. Let's get out of the John Mayer ones. Just quickly flick another one. Adam Nolly, Get Good, always can be trusted with good tones. Let's go Neon Gypsy. Cool tone. Let's try something different. Let's go with David Ryan Harris. Go Indie Space. Something different now, a couple more. Let's go with Zach Savini, go Riot Starter. If you know, you know. Yeah, you can get a variety of tones out of this. Like that's very usable for a punk rock kind of sound. Let's go with some chime. Cool sound. Let's go with one more and then we are done. Lee Malia, Pushed, Ambient, Clean. Let's go Midwest Crunch. Pretty cool. And then finish with one more. What do we got? Classic gain. Okay, last one. Okay, so I'm going to now go through a song that I created. It's just a very rough little demo. It's not as high production as some of the ones that I've put out on this channel previously. It's kind of a, it's a bit of a song that I've just thought, let's come up with some unique tones and then kind of create a song that I can fill them unique tones in. Anyway, we'll just listen to the song through and then we'll come back and then talk about John Mayer X and some of the sounds and how I got them. So here we go. So as you can hear, just a rough little demo, just showing off some different guitar parts. Yeah, it's kind of like a filthy kind of 90s inspired thing where I've thrown in some pretty corny lead sounds just to kind of, you know, fill the holes that where like a vocal melody or something would pick up to keep it a little bit more interesting to listen to. Yeah, it's not a bad little song to show off this. I like some of the sounds that I've created. Yeah, some of the performances are a little bit sloppy here and there, but it's not really the point here. We're not showing a polished song. I'm just showing you some sounds that you can come up with Neural DSP John Mayer X. So let's get into it. We'll start with the pretty filthy sounding intro heavy part. So as you can see, it kind of sounds like fuzzed out and a little bit, a little bit ugly. I guess that's kind of what I was going for. I didn't want a really polished tone. I wanted to use the uniqueness of these guitar amps where they kind of are built for the edge of breakup, pushed into some like virtuoso-y lead parts. But yeah, as you can see, I've just created a preset here that's called Crunch a Bunch, and I've just pushed the gain up and boosted it. I'm using this smooth operator amp. Yeah, it's such an awesome Fender recreation. I would say this is probably my favorite amp in it, but I also like using it with this cabinet here. That's with this 2-rock amp. Yeah, so as you can see, I've got the brightness up. I'm cranking the volume a little bit, nothing too crazy, pushing the output, get a bit of saturation, and then, yeah, 57 ribbon mic, pretty standard stuff. bit of EQ here and there, using this pretty cool compressor just to keep the signal quite quite level. And then no post effects in this one. It's just a pretty raw tone, so we'll have a bit more of a listen. So this is probably where the preset I created was at initially. I've edited it a fair bit. I guess you could say that it wasn't as huge sounding, so I went in and I've probably cranked up this half-man OD. Which adds such an awesome rattiness to it. And then obviously I wasn't satisfied enough, so then I turned on this boost. Which just completely fills in the signal. Yeah, I really think the pedals in this plugin are top tier in terms of having awesome overdrives to create unique sounds into relatively clean amps, which is, it's such a cool, unique thing. Instead of having super high gain amps, you can get a bit more unique with pushing pedals into clean amps. So it's kind of what I've taken advantage of here. Obviously, you've got the gate cranked up, but this clone recreation, it's top tier. Oh, I just realized I think I might have the spring reverb on. Yeah, I do. I can just hear the spring flicker then. Didn't even realize I had it on, but it is adding a bit of a sense of space. It's nice. And then I have doubled that with this sound, which I think I just tracked with a different guitar. I think the sound would be pretty similar in terms of preset. I've used the same amp, the same kind of setup. Instead of using the boost here, I've used the blues breaker and kind of approximated a similar vibe as per the boost. But virtually the same settings, still got the spring reverb on. It's virtually exactly the same. I'm just using a different flavor because different guitar, playing the same part, using a different pedal to kind of put it in a different space. We'll hear it alone and then we'll hear it together. Obviously, if I quad tracked it a lot tighter, it would sound even better, but it sounds pretty cool for what it is. It sounds almost like a live organic performance, which is kind of what I was going for here. I didn't want it to be too polished. And then throughout there, I've just got like a rough little hook lead. As you can see, I have this preset I created, it was called Mushy. I am just using this Dumble amp, which I find to be quite mushy and ratty sounding if you push the gain. And it's a unique amp. It's something that I have to spend a bit more time tweaking to find the sounds that I'm going for. But for a lead like this, it's kind of adding a cool vibe, adding some studio reverb as well. Ribbon 57 on the cabinet, which I think you'll see is pretty standard to what I was doing. I really like this third cab here. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but it's a really cool cabinet. I think I tracked it with a Strat, so it's quite high frequency range, quite ratty. It's kind of spitty. It's adding just a cool vibe and melody to this intro part. like I said, I added just these like lead parts just to add a bit of interest, so it wasn't just a rhythm kind of slowly drowning out. But yeah, it's cool. It's not bad. Then we get into the verse where we've got some left and right kind of stuff going on, different parts. Let's have a listen. So yeah, there's this guitar part you can hear that's just this very 80s style clean with a bit of chorus. Yeah, that's just kind of carrying a sense of rhythm throughout it. Let's have a look what I've got going on here. We are using this Fender amp, the Smooth Operator, kind of on a bit more of a cleaner setting. Still pushing it a little bit. Just using a condenser mic here. No pre-effects, no tremolo or reverb. Just a little bit of EQ here and there. The compressor's on, and then we're using the Dream delay and the studio reverb. It's a great sounding reverb, it's so nice. And then what I'm just using is a Universal Audio Studio D chorus, just to make it sound like an 80s guitar part. And then we have this left and right part going on here. So yeah, kind of a counter melody. Yeah, they're just kind of counter playing off each other. Pretty cool. So for this one here, it looks like I've altered the mushy preset that I created. Yeah, I think I've tamed it back a little bit, pulled the gain back, pulled the brightness back because I'm using a Strat and it's quite sparkly in tone on its own, so we don't need much high-end emphasis. So I've even pulled back a bit more high-end. Not using any pedals, but let's just throw a pedal on. Throw this, the Tube Screamer emulation. That's what I like about the two pedals that we have in here. That the Blues Breaker and the Tube Screamer, they're quite musical. They never really sound bad. So, and then for this other one, we are probably doing the same thing, I'd assume. Yeah. And then we're using the Blues Breaker to kind of emphasize that tone. Let's hear it. So yeah, a bit of a counter melody part. Yeah, spring reverb here is pretty cranked. Giving it a bit of vibe. Yeah, just super, super cool. Using some delay, adding some more reverb, just why not? So as you can hear, we then kind of get like this, I like to call it the Story So Far part because it reminds me of the band Story So Far. Yeah, it's just something that they do quite frequently in their songs. They'll pick up the pace with some cool, some cool leads, I guess you could say. so I love that. I love the tone we got here. I'm using an artist preset here, this Takuto one, Anime Vibe Drive. I've just changed a little bit, taking off any pre-effects, just using the amp drive here, cranking up the volume a little bit more. Yeah, it's awesome. I really, really like this preset. The compressor is on again. This compressor is so great. It's definitely one that once you put on and then you take it off, you miss it. On this one here, I'm pretty sure, yeah, here it is. I've just boosted some highs and mid-range just to get it to cut through the mix. Yeah, I love that part. So then I've just got some palm mutes to help build it up, build some tension. That's just the first intro tone, same part. So yeah, that there is just like the remnants of the writing part. Like I just quickly wrote this. So I recorded the virtual out of the Archetype John Mayer X virtual out, and then I just record it straight into here. So I'm not really spending time diving through a bunch of menus. I'm just recording the audio out in the plugin, and then I can move on and continue to write parts. So that's just a remnant of that. I think I've just kept it in tucked back. Yeah, you virtually can't hear it, but I must have wanted to keep it in there. And then back into a heavier tone. And then, yeah, this country lead, that heavier tone's what I went through at the start, so I don't need to go through that again. There's kind of this country lead, I like to call it. Yeah, it's not like me to kind of try and put a lead on it. I just literally was jamming over the top of what I had, and I just kept it. I thought, why not? Something a little bit ridiculous. No judgment on the performance. I'm not a lead guitar player. Yeah, let's not listen to that in solo. I'll just go through the sound. Yeah, it's just the mushy preset, I'm pretty sure. I didn't really do much. I just, yeah, played it on a Strat, vibed out. And then I must have just been jamming over the top of it and did a little harmonizing part here. Yeah, like I said, a bit of a sloppy performance there, but the idea is there, it's cool. It's just a little demo. I just wanted to go through some cool sounds that this plugin can get, and this is the creativity it inspired for me. Yeah, it's a pretty cool plugin. It's virtually most of the tones. So yeah, for this part here, I'd used my Strat, I put it on the neck pickup, and it kind of just fuzz based, like low ended out, and I just kept it. I thought it was pretty cool, so. So just another ridiculous lead part that I would have been jamming over the top. I've just kept it in, keep it interesting. Hopefully it's not too insufferable. there's just this part here. I think it's the last one to go through for the guitars. It's just, yeah, a preset by Rabia, sag bag. Yeah, it just kind of is a pre-bridge part to kind of get, yeah, transition into it. And then on that, I've just thrown on the Sound Toys Micro Shift. I use this plugin all the time, especially when you're going for that kind of weird 90s, 80s vibe. Yeah, it does the job. So actually on the bass, I'll quickly run through this too, because on the bass guitar, I am using Archetype John Mayer in conjunction with Archetype, and conjunction with the Dark Glass plugin. I am using the preset by Neural DSP called Third Bass. Let's have a listen to that by itself. So that's Archetype. So that's Archetype John Mayer. And then we'll add in the Dark Glass. So obviously the bass going through a guitar amp, a guitar cabinet as well, is kind of losing a bit of low end, so the Dark Glass is bringing it back up, and yeah, I'm really enjoying that. So that's it for this video. Just showing off a bit of what you can get from John Mayer X that is potentially probably a bit different to what people are showing on YouTube. Yeah, a little bit more grungy, a little bit more distorted, and yeah, something a little bit unique. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you can, and thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.